Welcome back to BMAC. Now, I found something, or rather my mom gave me something. It is my psychological evaluation I took at Park Ridge. Now, why did I have to take this? The answer is because, I was geeking out one day, and I don't know why I did this, but, I threatened a kid, right? And so they checked my ass out, right? This was when I was 8 years and 8 months old. I don't know why it says this was taken at Eastbrook. It was not. This was taken at West Ridge. Now, I did a separate video just reading through the entire fucking thing, but it's boring, right? A lot of it is just boring bullshit that doesn't matter, right? So I'm just doing another video where I'm just running through the key points. Notably, this goes over IQ. So, let's see. The papers are out of order, so I'm trying to find the one I was at. Here it is. Okay. This page is the one with my IQ on it. Now, there's double set. No, there's a. God damn it, where's the other one? Oh, I'm on methylphenidate right now, which is ADHD medication. But anyways, I'm trying to find this. I'm sorry, I'm trying to find this one piece of paper. Where is it? There it is. Alright. Now, let's run through some things, right? My full scale IQ, right, which is just IQ, right? Because it's putting together 5 categories to form your IQ, right? Full scale, so just my full IQ, was 107. The average is 100, right? So that puts me in the 68th percentile with the classification of average, right? Verbal comprehension, 120, which puts me in the 88th percentile with the classification of high average. I think if I hit 120 or 125, it would have been the next classification up, but I didn't. Right, visual spatial, 110, high average, right, 77th percentile, and then fluid reasoning, which is just general logic, right, puzzles and shit, 112, high average, right. Sorry, I took my allergy medication. I don't know why I'm still having allergies. Now, I'll run you through a couple of the tests and examiner notes, right? Now, on the fluid reasoning test, I began the matrix reasoning subtest, or the matrix reasoning subtest, by telling the examiner the tasks were easy. Early on in the subtests, he stated, "I don't see how this will get harder." He rushed to provide an answer, even though he was not being timed, and self-corrected often. And as tasks became more... where's the other piece of paper? Fuck. Difficult, Brandon began to utilize self-talk. His approach to figure weight subtest differed greatly. Now, where's that other piece of paper, right? So pretty much I just kept telling the examiner, this shit's fucking free low, right? But that's not the point. There is... I'm trying to find this other piece of paper. Okay, now, this test is making me believe something, right? Let me run you through. Now, Brand's general intellectual ability cannot be interpreted meaningfully because he displayed considerable variability among the 5 categories that they were testing on, right? Therefore, his intelligence is best understood by reviewing his performance on the WISCV categories, which is just what they were the 5 categories I was talking about, right? Now, let me go back to that paper. There are 2 categories I skipped over, and I did that on purpose, right? My verbal IQ, 118, visual, 111, fluid reasoning, 112, right? My working memory IQ is 97, which is not bad. However, it is 15 points lower than the next highest category. And then my processing speed is 5 points below that at 92. Which both are classified as average. However, alright, fluid reasoning is my next lowest category to those 2. And fluid reasoning is 112, right? My working memory is 15 IQ points below that. And my processing speed is 20. And this is a theory I've had for a while, right? And I think this might be something to prove it with. I think I have brain damage. You see, when I was a kid, right, I think I was like 2 or 3, I fell off the back of the couch, right? I was standing on like the top part, and I fell backwards, hit my head, and I got a concussion, right? A paramedic had to come check me out, right? Reading this is honestly making me believe that the part of my brain that just handles working memory and processing speed got fucked up when that happened. Because the examiner literally said it. This is too big of a discrepancy for my IQ to be meaningfully, As in, like, the categories are so far apart that this dude's actual IQ number doesn't matter, and it's more accurate to break it down into 5 separate categories and read it off that instead of just one base number, because they're so far apart, depending on the category. This is this isn't a normal gap. This is 15 and 20 points is a lot of fucking IQ. 20 IQ points is what separates the average person and someone gifted. Like, classified as gifted. So, and funnily enough, the 2 areas that I did terribly in, 97 and 92, right, are the 2 areas that would affect your ability to play video games: processing speed and working memory. Working memory being your ability to remember things on the fly, right? And then processing speed just being the speed at which you process things, right? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Notably, right, fluid reasoning, right, which is why I scored 112 in, which is high average, right? That's like logic, right? That's your puzzles, your riddles, whatever, right? Visual spatial is, I'm pretty sure, your ability to, like, understand things, I suppose. Like, I'm trying to think of, like, an analogy for it. Like, think of it like this, right? I'm sure you guys have actually seen this test before on like those fucking IQ test websites or whatever. You know how it'll show you like a board, right, with a bunch of like differently colored like shapes, right? So it's like a yellow triangle, square, whatever, and they're on like a grid. And then it flips it, right, and it asks you or it asks you what would be the correct orientation if it was rotated, right? That's your visual spatial reasoning. Verbal comprehension is I actually don't know. I don't know. I'm guessing it's just your ability to comprehend speech, but I don't know why that's really like a category. I feel like that's too specific. But whatever, that was my highest category. Verbal comprehension was put not specific category. I had an IQ of 118 in, right? And moving on, they gave me a couple more. My nonverbal IQ is 106, which puts me in the 66th percentile. My general ability IQ, I don't know what the fuck that is 115, which puts me in the 84th percentile at high average. And then my cognitive proficiency is at 92, which puts me in the 30th percentile and is classified as average. But if it was 2 points lower, it would be below average. Now, I'm just reading this over one more time. All right. His performance on the CPI was significantly weaker than that of his performance on the GAI. The significance difference suggests that Brandon's higher order cognitive abilities are a strength when compared to his abilities that facilitate cognitive processing efficiency. The results convey that working memory and processing speeds are areas of relative weakness for Brandon. That being said, Brandon's reasoning ability does not appear to have been reduced by his cognitive efficiency limitations. Essentially meaning, I can process things very, 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 very well, right? However, I can't do it fast. Like, think of it like this, right? You can have a car that accelerates fast, but tops out at 100 miles an hour, right? I am like a fucking Bugatti, right? I can get to like, I don't know how fast the Bugatti goes, right? Like 300, I think. I don't fucking know, right? I can go fast as fuck. But my acceleration time is like 0. My 0 to 60 is like 5 minutes, right? So pretty much, I'm smart, but not in any way that would benefit me in video games because I can't process things fast. I'm just like glancing over it one more time. See, when given the Bender 2 to assess Brandon's visual motor and visual spatial organization skills, he evidenced a score that was classified in the high average range on the copy phase and a score that was classified in the low range on the recall phase. pretty much meaning, I don't know what the fuck this test is, but essentially, my scores were extremely varied. Like, abnormally varied. If you go through all of these papers, pretty much all of them have something about how my scores are, like, way too varied, right? Like, not a normal amount. I have high highs and low lows, pretty much. So, I would like to get another one, because I want to follow up on this. I want to see how I would do now, because this is mostly accurate now, right? This is meant to remain, I guess, sort of accurate over time, right? So, for example, right, it said I had an IQ of 107. If I were to retake it, I would probably get somewhere around there, right? So, I'm going to try to get another one because my psychiatrist wants one and insurance does cover it, and I am extremely curious about how things have changed and what my IQ is now, because I generally classify it as a strong point, right? Not to toot my own cock and balls, but I would say I'm pretty smart, right? Not super fucking smart, but I'm smart, right? Above average at the very fucking least. But like this paper just said, I can't process fast. And I think that's why I like puzzle games, because I'm in no rush. I can sit there, think about it for as long as I want. You know, and I'm not fucking on a time limit, right? So I have time to sit there and process whatever I'm looking at. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is extremely fascinating to me, right? I love psychology. It's my favorite thing ever. And I'm curious about my own psychology, right? Naturally. So, yeah, that's about it. See ya.